Okay, so for this assignment, this is SDG 4. Um, oop, sorry. So we're supposed to use any of the 17 topics, excluding the ones that we already used. We are supposed to harness the potential of big data to address challenges associated with the sustainable development goals in your chosen country. To begin with the SDG 4, simply click on the image below. So talking about big data, if we go over here, um, the biggest one that I saw potential for was zero hunger. So with big data, there is a lot of we can get a lot of information on kind of what works for different problem areas and what countries have the biggest problems and then like what we can grow there and just getting data on what people need and then using data to um, basically like address those needs. So like I said, figuring out exactly what different countries need based on the geographical location, the type of people, what can grow there, what can't, things like that. I saw a big need for that. Um, Life below water was another one. So um, we have a ton of data on the ocean, even though it is still like one of the most unexplored things, if not the most. I think it's either that or space. Um, but with the data we have, we can kind of get data on different currents and different ocean temperatures and things like that, and what can survive and what can't, and what we need to do to prevent climate change and prevent more invasive species. Like the lionfish is a really great example of something that we can collect data on and see kind of where that invasive species lies and where we need to target it and get a better understanding of kind of how it's breeding and how it's spreading and where it's spreading and what we can do to kind of counteract some of those invasive species is a really another great example. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure. This is once again another great one for big data. Um, Understanding kind of how we can slow the process of industry and innovation, or at least slow its effect on climate change. Um, Basically, the goal obviously is to not slow down innovation and slow down its effect on climate change. I don't know how attainable that goal is, but using different data on what alternatives can work and how we can kind of cut back on some of that climate change will be really, really helpful. Sustainable cities and communities, number 11. Um, Using big data, we can kind of see what kind of different power grids and what different things have worked for different cities. And we can try and implement those things in other cities and kind of expand that network of sustainable cities. Uh, it really only takes one for us to get a good amount of data on, and then the more that there are, the more data that we have. So having more and more and more cities become sustainable communities, we can kind of grow that big data and it'll be easier and easier and easier for the next to kind of, like I said, like develop power grids, develop sustainable energy sources, develop public transportation, things like that. So um, those were the three that I picked for SDG 4.